Welcome back to WMIC Thumb Sportsline 95.3 FM and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. A podcast with this will be available afterwards or by tomorrow morning. Thumb Area Legion Hockey started their season last week with 2 games in, and they're 2-0 already. Is this just smoke and mirrors, or is this for real, Mike?
We're going to find out tomorrow night. I was already looking forward to it all week. The home opener against Grand Blanc. I'm looking forward to seeing this Legion team, man. I'm excited. You know, they did have some returning players of this year's team. So, you know, that does help. You got some experience, and they were young last year. You expect improvement. Thumb Area Legion wins over Tri-Valley Thunder, first game of the season. 8-5 was the final score in that one. Shots, it looks like Tri-Valley Thunder is pretty much the only one that kept track of that. But give credit. The first goal was scored by Coleman Bunn, or is it Benjamin Meyer? I'm trying to get these names right. So are these names that you're familiar with? Yeah, those are both Legion players, yes. Okay. Benjamin Meyer, too, at the 7:51 mark. You like to see your team score in a power play. They did that. Yeah. So that's good. The other one, not a power play goal. Listeners, you're going to have to just deal with us for a little bit here. The Legion website has changed a little bit. And we're still adjusting. We don't like change. So, but then Tri-Valley Thunder scores, making it 2-1 at the end of this first period. Second period, man, Benjamin Meyer with another goal for Thumb Area Legion on a power play. I told you, he's fast, man. 16:41 mark. Tri-Valley Thunder responded at that point. It made it 3-2. But then 2 straight goals in this second period by Jackson Anthony and Benjamin Meyer with his third goal of the game at the 3:53 mark. Tri-Valley Thunder scores with just 26 seconds left. Ouch. That one hurts. To make it at that point, that would be 5-3 at the end of the second period. Peyton Bowerman, remember that name from last year, pops out with a goal. 16:14 mark in the third period at that point. But then 2 straight goals from Tri-Valley Thunder at 12:19 mark and 9:06 mark. But you got to have your insurance. Evan Samuelson at 7:24 mark. Peyton Bowerman cleans it up with just 3 seconds to go there, unassisted. Probably that's when they pulled their goalie at that point to win over Tri-Valley Thunder 8-5. So both teams scored high, but more goals here for Thumb Area Legion to start off hot with 2 goals in the first period. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so then against Lenawee United, the second game of the season, they win 9-5. Another high-scoring affair. There was a goal scored in each period in the first, and then in the second, 3 goals apiece to make it 4-4. Then 5 goals exploded by the Thumb Area Legion in the third. Just 1 goal muster, so the defense stood tall against Lenawee United for the Thumb Area Legion. Chase Telasky scored the first goal in the first period. He's going to have a big season, Eddie. You believe so? I believe so. Well, look out for Scott Young. He scored 2 in the second period as well. There you go. And then Blake Bowerman scored at the 52nd mark in the second period. 2 more straight goals in the third period for for the Thumb Area Legion. Riker Trohill, Coleman Bund, and Peyton Bowerman again popping up there. Riker Trohill and Nicholas Sturritz in the third period for the Thumb Area Legion. So you kind of like to see a mix of players. You have your typical players, but to have that mix of players scoring goals in this game, fantastic. Yeah. The goalie, is it Evan Ouellette? It looks like it, yep. Yeah, he was the goalie for ThumbArea Legion. Yeah, there we go, against Lenawee United. Excuse me. So how do you feel so far? I mean, it's just 2 games in. It's 2 games in, but you're 2-0 instead of 1-1 or 0-2. I mean, what's not to be excited about? I don't know anything about Grand Blanc, but I'm looking forward to the game Wednesday night. Because those first 2 were away games. Now you got your home games coming up here. You can even say McMorran Place is kind of like a home game for yourself too if you're in Port Huron. Yeah. But they're going up against Grand Blanc Bobcats tomorrow, Wednesday at Colleen J. Howe Arena. That's at the Fairgrounds in Sandusky. And then on Saturday, Saturday afternoon game, 3:30, will be Mid-Michigan Raptors taking on Thumb Area Legion as well. So, back-to-back home games.
Yeah. Earlier this week, I actually received a preview form from Coach Matt Dickendesher, assistant coach Matt Dickendesher. So I just want to run down a couple of things real quick. Head coach Bob Beagle, he's in his 6th season. Assistant coaches Matt Dickendesher, Paul Lamb, and Brady Talaski.
Yeah.
A Legion legend,
yep.
Brady Talaski.
Yep.
Last season they were 7-18 and they were 1-7 in the conference. But again, they were a young team, Eddie. They have 3 seniors that they lost to graduation. Cole Leonard, Zach Scribner, and Logan Trepkowski. All 3 of them, key contributors. But the key players returning this season, seniors Peyton Bowerman, Chase Talaski, Matthew Cummings, Evan Samuelson, Ben Meyer are expected to lead the team's offense this year with support from Jackson Anthony, Ian McKay, and Scott Young. The team will be anchored by goalies Jaden Collins and Evan Ouliette. So you look at Peyton Bowerman.
That's a hockey name, by the way. So.
Yes, if we're pronouncing it correctly. Yes. I'll figure that out Wednesday night.
Okay.
But Peyton Bowerman, Chase Talaski, Matthew Cummings.
Familiar names.
They've been around this team for so long now that maybe this is their season. They've got a great core of players, and on the preview they mentioned newcomers to the program. A trio of Sandusky sophomores, Cy Beagle, Blake Bowerman, and Easton Tank are expected to step in and contribute immediately. So with the Legion, they were 7-18 last year, but their schedule is tough. Mm-hmm. It's a tough schedule.
Because they're Division I. So.
Yeah, I mean they got to play who they got to play.
Because they're a co-op. So
right.
They're going to play Marysville.
It sounds like they can score goals, Eddie, and that can win you games.
And they're going to have to prove that come tomorrow against Grand Blanc, tough team. Mid-Michigan Raptors and in Marysville come next week as well. That's where you kind of pretty much set your standard against teams that have been doing this for quite some time.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, good luck to the Thumb Area Legion. Can't wait to talk about you about when we come back from our break.
Right,
as well.
And Eddie, this team is a co-op, obviously.
Yep.
This year they have players from Sandusky, Croslex, Brown City, Cass City, North Branch, Deckerville, Bad Axe, and that looks to be it.
All right, home game tomorrow, Wednesday, for the Thumb Area Legion for the 3rd game of the regular season. They are hosting Grand Blanc Bobcats, and then on Saturday, mid-afternoon, 3:30 p.m., against the Mid-Michigan Raptors. That will take place at the Colleen J. Howe Arena at the Sanilac County 4-H Fairgrounds in Sandusky. Be sure to check it out and follow them online.
If you haven't seen a Legion game, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun.
All right, it is Thumb Sportsline. We'll be back. We're to talk football here on WMIC 95.3 FM. We'll be right back.
Tri-County Equipment invites you to wrap up John Deere this Christmas. Give genuine John Deere gifts. Tri-County has everything from expertly crafted toys and collectibles to apparel from head to toe. Gifts range from a John Deere clock for just $24.99 to an inflatable gator for $129.95. The kids will love the Monster Treads value set, now $39.49. And the foot-to-floor tractor is $38.99. Tri-County Equipment has stocking stuffers like the John Deere Match Game for $11.99. And the giant floor puzzle is just $17.99. Get 10% off all John Deere toys, home goods, and clothing during Tri-County Equipment's Black Friday sale, Friday and Saturday, November 28th and 29th at Tri-County Equipment in Sandusky, Marlette, Carroll, Bad Axe, Lapeer, Burton, Fenton, Birch Run, Saginaw, Reese, and Auburn Hills. From Graf Chevrolet of Sandusky, here's service writer Mackenzie Eisler.
Hey everyone, winter is right around the corner, and if you're looking for a little more grip in the elements, GM is now offering a buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1, now through the end of November. This applies to almost all brands. Also, the holidays are right around the corner. Service gift certificates are available today to use towards oil changes, tires, or even detailing services. Call the Graf Service Department to schedule all your automotive service needs.
be very, very quiet.
Why? If you want a bag great deal, hurry to Graff Chevrolet in Sandusky. You can track down deals on a new Chevrolet or a Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicle for any budget.
Drive off a Chevy Silverado Crew Cab for just $185 a month or a Chevy Equinox for $268 a month.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
Your hunt is over for service or body shop. Our trained technicians work on all makes and models. If you want a bag a great deal, hurry to Graff Chevrolet on M46 in Sandusky.
Welcome back to Thumb Sportsline on 95.3 FM, streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. The final Thumb Sportsline for the fall season as our immediate coverage area teams went down in defeat on Saturday, and that was the Deckerville Eagles losing to Portland St. Patrick. Portland St. Patrick moving on to the state championship game. We'll get to that when we get to that. There are two lone coverage area teams that are in action that we keep track of, the Almont Raiders and the Harbor Beach Pirates. Both, by the way, are similar mascots. They are Pirates or Raiders.
Yes.
They kind of are, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're going to start
Same
off.
colors.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the Almont Raiders. You know, by the way, the Raiders played Dallas Cowboys last night. My Dallas Cowboys beat them, so, yeah. I was born in Texas.
Okay, I was going to say. I forgot you were born in Texas.
That's
I was
right.
about to be upset.
Yeah, you know.
That's fair. You can be a Cowboys fan.
And I can be a Lions fan because, you know, Mom is from Texas.
Yeah.
That's the first team I cheered for. And then of course, when we came to Michigan, my dad was born here in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Hence the Lions.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, so I've already won a Super Bowl.
So you're but it's been...
Yeah, it's been a long time.
You're a fan of two teams that can't get it done in the playoffs. That's tough, man.
Yeah, that was frustrating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it was hard. It was a hard watch.
It's hard to watch. I just screaming at my TV, would you just stop it?
Yeah.
Somebody tell Dan Campbell to stop it. I think they're all afraid to tell him to stop it, though.
Well, you got to live and die by it, I suppose. That was like when John Beeline coached at Michigan. They live by the three, die by the three, and it worked out pretty well sometimes.
Yeah. Not so much.
I'm still on board with the Lions.
Yeah, I am.
They're currently out of the playoffs.
They are, but there's still time. I don't know why people are acting like there's no time. There's time.
No, yeah, they'll be fine.
There's time.
They'll be fine.
Okay, so back to high school football. Here, what we're really supposed to talk about. The Almont Raiders in 11-player football Division VI Regional 4 championship game. This was a Friday night, and they won over Detroit Edison 44-8. The final score. A much different score than the first time they met in the regular season. And they really poured it on. Here is the report I got from Jeff Boholski. Shout out to him for sending me the results. Almont defeats Detroit Edison 44-8 behind 3 rushing touchdowns from senior Jacob Stewart. No surprise there.
Yep.
3 receiving touchdowns from junior Brody Corneau. Stewart carried 9 times for 157 yards to lead the rushers. Touchdown runs of 74 yards, big play there, 27 yards, and a 4-yarder. Junior Blake Lane, the quarterback for Almont Raiders, completed just 3 of 3 passes, but 3 of those passes, total, they went for 136 yards and 3 touchdowns, all to Brody Corneau. 26-yard TD reception, 66 yards and 44 yards. Senior Matthew Boholski added 64 yards on 6 carries. The Raiders ran for 292 yards rushing on 29 carries alone. Big win for the Almont Raiders. They are back in the state semifinal once again. I do believe for the 3rd time in school history. Yeah.
I mean, what can you say? A 44-8 win, and
actually, I might be wrong in the state final semifinal, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean it's just a humongous score for such a big game.
The first time they met. And this was near the end of the season back in week 9, actually. October 24th. They beat Detroit Edison, but it was 53-46. A high-scoring affair there. This time, things much different.
Yeah.
Winning handedly 44-8.
Well, we're talking about the BWAC here, Eddie. Yeah. Since we're doing our season wrap-ups, kind of.
Yeah.
The Blue Water Area Conference released their all-conference teams.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
They do most valuable offensive player, most valuable defensive player, and coach of the year. I'll give you one guess who the most valuable offensive player was.
Most valuable?
Yeah.
And this is just because the quarterback from Croswell, Lexington?
That's a good guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good guess.
Yeah, he had pretty good rushing yards.
Yeah.
He's still in his growing phases as a quarterback here.
Right.
So,
well, you're going to be upset when I tell you the answer.
But I think it might be, the Almont Raiders,
Well, see, with Almont, it seems like they're so spread out. They have so many different playmakers that you can't say that one of them is the most valuable.
And then Armada had one key running back, and he was a good one. Richmond had a player too. So each team had a really good offensive player. But if I was going to say, it would have to probably be between with that first pick there as a quarterback.
Yeah,
I think
this is most valuable offensive player.
Most valuable offensive player.
Yeah. And you alluded to him already.
I'm going to think maybe Richmond because the quarterback.
I would have thought so too.
Yeah.
I would have went with Don Benetti probably at the quarterback position. But you can't go wrong with Jackson Mulberry.
Yes, from Armada Tigers. Yeah.
Yep. Your most valuable defensive player was Gage Towner from Richmond. He was fantastic.
Yep.
He was a great defensive player. And your coach of the year is James Loosby from Almont. So.
Okay, undefeated.
Three great picks there.
Yeah.
While I've got the list pulled up, Croslex had two first-teamers.
Okay.
Shane Slanik at wide receiver.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He had over
1,000
yards. I mean, you could make an argument for him being the most valuable offensive player. But then the other one, Jack Fagan at linebacker, first-team all-conference. So two great players from Croslex. And, obviously a lot of great players from the BWAC, but we kind of, we focus in on Croslex.
Yeah.
Eli Bickle, first team offensive and defensive line. No surprise there from North Branch.
So, congrats to those BWAC players. Anything you want to list off here too?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. The all conference list will be in the paper tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want to take a look at
Wednesday edition of the Sanilac County News. So
I got all of them in there.
Well, so the quarterback, was he at least on that list there?
Don Benetti was first team.
For Croswell at least, or?
He was second team.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And he expected to be back next year. So
absolutely. He's only a sophomore, yeah.
So back to the Almont game with their win over Detroit Edison, 425 total yards. Just 290 of it rushing-wise.
That's a ton of yards.
Yeah. And just those three passes for 135 yards. They held Detroit Edison to just 88 yards rushing. You take that run game out and limit them to just 109 yards rushing.
That'll do it.
The first touchdown scored in the first quarter, 8-0. Jacob Stewart, Brody Cornell ran for the two-point conversion. Brody Cornell with a 26-yard TD pass, 16-0. That's from Blake Lane, the quarterback. Brody ran for the two-point conversion as well. He ran for the third touchdown two-point conversion after Jacob Stewart had the 27-yard TD run, making it 24-0. 31-0 in the second quarter alone. Brody Cornell, a 66-yard dime from Blake Lane. Sean O'Neill got the kick in this game, 31-0 with the PAT kick. He did it again with the third touchdown in the second quarter and the fifth touchdown in a row by the Almont Raiders. Brody Cornell, a 43-yard TD pass from Blake Lane, 37-0 at that point. Third quarter, Jacob Stewart, and that was all the scoring right there that you needed, other than the fact that there was a TD by Detroit Edison in the fourth quarter, 44-8. So,
that's a shame. They gave up one touchdown.
But good luck to the Almont Raiders at this point. Now, you are in the state semifinal. Things are going to get really tough here. This is
It's a big name, Eddie.
Division 6 and a familiar name, Jackson Lumen Christies, who they're playing up against at Novi High School. This will be Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. And Kinsley's on the other side of the bracket. That's a familiar team for Almont as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So those are the state semifinals in Division 6. All right, congratulations to the Almont Raiders. Great season. Blue Water Area Conference champions, district champions, regional champions. Now the ultimate goal is within their grasp once again.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to Novi this weekend. It'd be a lot closer than going up and watching Harbor Beach.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
No, you're right.
Yeah, Mrs. Fury right now in the studio. She would like to celebrate an anniversary for once.
Yeah.
Away from football. So.
We shouldn't be making any big plans, yeah.
You have to mention that right in front of her here.
Well, Eddie, I actually have a wedding to go to this weekend anyway.
That's
My brother's getting married, so
all right.
I don't know why I'm making these plans. I just want to keep watching football.
You want to break these plans, don't you?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I want to go to my brother's wedding.
Is that because your girlfriend's right next door? So, and my wife is sitting right here?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take our
weddings.
All right, good luck to the Almont Raiders. We love you. I miss covering you.
Yep.
Back in the Thumb Tailgater Sports Days. Might be alluding to the fact we might start covering them next season if we have two teams going out for football.
If you got two teams going, I don't see why not.
You have your BWAC channel. So
yeah.
All right, we'll be right back here on Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com.
The King of Cars.
This is Denny King, the King of Cars. Do you know why your friends and neighbors have been driving a Caro for over 60 years? It's because we consistently provide the best buying experience in the Thumb for all of our customers. When you come see me, Denny King, the King of Cars, you get to put my 3 decades of experience to work for you. You get the best price on a new Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram when you shop More Motors in Caro. At More Motors, we take pride in transparency, honesty, and fairness with all of our customers. When you shop More Motors in Caro, we check every incentive available to ensure you are always getting the best deal possible. At More Motors in Caro, we understand not all dealers are the same. City dealers will even often say anything just to get people in the door. At More Motors, we don't do that. So when you're in the market for a new Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram, shop More Motors in Caro. Then you too will see why your friends and neighbors have been driving a Caro for more than 60 years.
Great internet isn't just about staying connected. It's about knowing knowledgeable, reliable support is there when you need it most. That's why EBS Broadband is proud to announce that we now offer 24-hour customer support 7 days a week. No AI, no chatbots, and no endless menus. Just real human help whenever you need it. With ABS Broadband, you get greater capability for everything you do online. From working at home or helping your kids with school to gaming and streaming your favorite shows. It's internet that works as hard as you do. At ABS Broadband, we keep it simple. No hidden fees, no deceptive introductory rates, just straightforward pricing and plans that fit your life. Find out what's available in your area at absbroadband.com/internet. That's absbroadband.com/internet. Or talk to our helpful sales team at 888-282-4932. ABS Broadband, keeping you connected to what matters most 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM. Eddie Fury of WMIC, Mike Gallagher of the Sanilac County News, sports reporter and writer, pick up his edition tomorrow, Wednesday, to catch up on the latest in sports in Sanilac County. And the Thumb, along with the Thumb Sports Writers Association, we have 2 lone area teams in our coverage. The Almont Raiders, we already talked about them. How about the undefeated Harbor Beach Pirates going up against, you could say, a little bit of a nemesis here.
Oh, yeah.
The Beale City Aggies. And Harbor Beach gets it done. They win this one over Beale City to move on to the state semifinal. The final score was 26-15. This was a battle for Harbor Beach. They got most of their players back healthy. But I would say the key player here, Benson Harper, he played a fantastic game. He is the Thumb Sports Writers Association Player of the Week.
Player of the Week.
Yeah,
we got him on there.
Yeah, he had 10 carries, 94 yards, had a touchdown. He did have a fumble.
Oh, come on, Eddie.
It's the same. But, congrats to him, to him be able to play, especially a playoff game where you kind of need all your players against this fantastic team, Beale City Aggies. Great win for them. 26-15 to move on in Division 8 state semifinal.
It almost, I don't want to take anything away from, it's Bark River Harris that they're playing next. But it almost feels like this was the game. Yep. Harbor Beach, Beale City, this was the big game. And as crazy as it sounds, it seems like the road gets a little bit easier now for Harbor Beach. But this is just the culmination of what they've been doing all season. They've been playing the toughest teams. They had the toughest schedule in the Thumb, probably. maybe you could argue Croslex possibly, but they played Millington, they played Cass City, they played Laker, they played
they played all the champions in the Big Thumb Conference,
right, and they played Lakers and Millington at the end of the season to prepare. And, every week when we look at the box score from Clark Ramsey and WLEW Sports, we immediately look for Benson Harper.
Yep.
Because we want to see him play. We want him to be back.
Smartly, Harbor Beach was smart to keep him healthy.
Exactly. And you knew it was building up for this moment. And, just a great job by Harbor Beach. First regional championship since 2018. That's, fantastic job. And, again, like we were talking about with Ubley earlier, now that Harbor Beach is the last team left, they've got the support of the whole Thumb.
So the WLEW Sports Network covered this game. Beale Aggies went Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down in Harbor Beach, but an incomplete pass forces the Aggies to turn it over. Harbor Beach took over at their own 34-yard line. That was at the 3:41 mark remaining in the first quarter. You get them that deep in that field here, they're going to score. Harbor Beach did with 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter to get the first score. 7-0, touchdown, Keegan Porostivio.
Nice.
Goes untouched from 3 yards out. Got that first TD of the afternoon. Skylar Cruz PAT kick was good for Harbor Beach. At the end of the first quarter, it ends up being 7-0. Beale City, though, responds and takes the lead in the second quarter, 11-0-1 mark. A 59-yard TD reception from Eric Elias gets the Aggies on. 2-point conversion was good as well. Harbor Beach responded, though, about 7 minutes later in the second quarter, 13-8. Caden Buchholz, the quarterback, calls his own, finds his way into the end zone. 6-yard TD. 2-point attempt was no good, but it was Harbor Beach leading 13-8. At the end of the second quarter halftime, it was 13-8, so still very close game here for both these teams. Beale City, again, going forward on 4th down, but Matt Geiger, defense for Harbor Beach, got his second sack. 3 plays, Harbor Beach takes over on their own 38-yard line. That was in the third quarter, 4:27 remaining. And then again, near the end, 29 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Harbor Beach extended the lead by 12, 20-8. Caden Buchholz scores a TD again for 6 points. The PAT kick was good. It's 20-8 at the end of the third quarter. 20-8, your 12-point lead. With 1 quarter left, you're feeling pretty good, but no. Beale City scores a touchdown. 1-yard TD from Braxton Bukovic. PAT kick was good. 8:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 20-15, so still very much in reach for Beale City. Harbor Beach gets a touchdown. Benson Harper gets his touchdown. 31 yards out for a score. The 2-point attempt was no good. It is 26-15 with 4:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. That is a pretty good lead where you're leading by 10, 11 points at that point. That's a touchdown or a field goal or pretty much 2 touchdowns you need. With 3:49 remaining, Benson Harper defensively got an interception, got it on the Harbor Beach 9-yard line. It's 26-15 with 3:49 remaining. And, man, when you get a big defensive play like that, that's huge. Beale City did get the ball back. It was a fumble. The Aggies took the handoff from Caden Buchholz. Beale City took over on the Harbor Beach 33-yard line. Oh, boy, 1:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. But, again, the two pretty much leading by 11 or 12 at that point. 34 seconds remaining. Another big defensive stop here by Harbor Beach. Andrew Caban goes up, brings down the pass for the interception. With 34 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And pretty much right there, it's over.
That'll do it, yeah.
Harbor Beach defensively really came up big in the second half to get this win over Beale City.
Yeah, absolutely. And they will have Bark
River
Harris this week. Yeah.
The Broncos.
They are 10-1 on the season. They had a miraculous win over Maple City Glen Lake. Maple City Glen Lake scored late, and on the ensuing kickoff, they returned it for a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, got the win, 22-21. They are 10-1 overall, and their only blemish is a loss to Pewamo, Westphalia. It was a 49-0 loss, but that's one of the top programs in the state, so you can't really discount them there. But again, I think this Harbor Beach team has been building for this all season.
Yeah.
And now that you're going to be able to unleash Benson Harper, and I'm so excited for that. He's such a great kid. We know his ability offensively and defensively. You know, if not for the injuries, we're probably talking about him as our TSA Player of the Year. But I think everything's going great for Harbor Beach right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do.
All right, for Beal City, they were limited to 119 yards rushing on 34 carries and passing 157 yards passing, 10 completions out of 20 attempts, 2 interceptions. They did have a TD each in rushing and passing and a fumble in this game. We talk about Benson Harper. Let's talk about Rogan Messing, really carrying the load here for the Harbor Beach Pirates. 124 yards rushing, 16 carries in this game. Didn't have a touchdown, but, man, keeping that ball away from Beal City with that many carries. Benson Harper, second leading rusher, 94 yards, 10 carries. Did have a fumble in this game, but had a TD.
Man, you really want to bring up that fumble, huh?
I do. I don't like turnovers. 2 touchdowns, though. We forget about another player who's really managed his team well under center. Caden Buchholz, 55 yards, 11 carries, 2 TDs as well. A running quarterback. Didn't have to pass much. 1 out of 2. Just for 3 yards, but you didn't need it when your defense is setting you up here.
Well, and when you go through the Harbor Beach box score, it's very similar to when we go through the Almont box scores, where it's a lot of different names, and it's really hard to stop that many offensive weapons, especially when you throw Benson Harper back into the mix now.
42 carries for the team for 289 yards.
That'll work.
A lot of carries. That means a lot of time.
Yeah.
Getting eaten up there. So, and 4 touchdowns on the ground. So, congratulations to the Harbor Beach Pirates. Are up against Bark River Harris, who pulled off a miracle last week to make it to the Division 8 state semifinals with winning the regional championship 22-21 over Glen Lake, thanks to a big win, 90-yard lateral kickoff return for a touchdown and the 2-point conversion from junior Gianni McDonald.
Wow.
They marched down the field. Glen Lake, they were able to take the lead, 21-14 with 14 seconds remaining. The Broncos were down to the kick-off return hope, and they did it. Glen Lake squib kicked it to Bark River Harris. Bronco junior Ben Knopf grabbed the ball around the 10-yard line in a rush. He threw it laterally to McDonald, who bobbled the ball, actually, and escaped multiple defenders. You have to watch the replay. I have a link, and I sent it to Clark Ramsey to watch the link.
It was a crazy video.
Escaped multiple defenders. He found space, went from the left side, went diagonal up the middle of the field all the way to the right side, and ran down. You could just see everybody there all gassed out, but he got it in. But to get that 2-point conversion, gutsy play instead of going for the tie.
Oh, you got to go for the win.
You go for the win.
You got to go for the win. You've got all the momentum at that point.
So the miracle kickoff return, this is a team that didn't give up on this.
Right.
And, this looks great on paper. I mean, you're going to be a team. You're up in the state semifinal against the Harbor Beach Pirates, though.
Yeah.
You're going up a formidable team, but Harbor Beach, obviously you can't look past this Bark River Harris Bronco team.
Absolutely
a team that will not give up and will play every play like it's, hey, we got one play left, we can win. And they proved it right there, 22-21.
Yeah.
So good luck to them. This will be at Alpena, a sports complex. Games being played up north in Alpena. That's about a 3-hour drive for Harbor Beach, or for me if I went up there and trying to convince Mrs. Fury. There's a great restaurant up there.
I think you need to let that die, Eddie. I don't think you're going to be able to pull that off.
There's a really great museum we should go check out. Now that I'm obsessed with shipwrecks and all that, or ships alone. There's a Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. That's
a cool old man hobby. You're adjusting to your elder years. Pretty nicely.
I like traveling. I like the lakeshore. I was born on the beach practically in Corpus Christi, so I always loved the water, the ocean and that. So, all right, Harbor Beach Pirates in Division 8 state semifinal. How do you feel right now at this point? I mean, it's winnable.
I don't even want to say it, Eddie, but do you think Harbor Beach is going to Ford Field? I mean, I don't want to put it out there because you don't want to overlook anybody, but I just feel like this Beal City team, this was the big hurdle to get to Ford Field.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from Bark River Harris, but man, Harbor Beach is playing some damn good football right now, Eddie.
Yep. And the other side of the bracket in the semifinal is Allen Park Cabrini and Hudson, a familiar team.
Now Hudson, Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tougher if that's who you happen to play. If Harbor Beach were to get the win.
Now, if Harbor Beach were to make it to the Ford Field on Friday, it's a 9:30 a.m. start for a football game for Division 8 state championship game.
Okay.
This afternoon, 1 o'clock in Alpena at the Wildcat Stadium.
Okay.
Good luck to the Harbor Beach Pirates.
Yeah, give them hell.
We'll be right back here on Thumb Sportsline. And thank you to WMW Sports, Clark Ramsey with the recap. Listen to that game. You want your local guys from the Thumb area covering that game. Listen to them. They do a heck of a job. Listen to them live on the radio.
The easiest part of this show is when we get to break down the game that Clark covered because we got the box score. We got everything we could possibly want. We appreciate everything he's done all season.
So listen to WLEW Sports. They're online. Of course, our fairly friendly rival or Thumb Sports Writer Association members, and that's on 102.1 FM. Check that out. And follow them on the radio and the live stream for that as well. So
I will.
All right, thank you. All right, we got other recaps to get through as well. Millington to talk about, Kingston, and Dockerville to wrap things up here on Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online, SaniLacBroadcasting.com. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Steve Kohler from Kohler's Propane. It's that special time of year. The footballs are flying, there are fall festivals, and trips to the cider mills, and many school activities. We would like to thank the many volunteers who work hard to make these special times fun and safe. Whether it's working for a safe harvest, driving safely, and watching for the youngsters on our streets and sidewalks, please do your part to prevent an accident.
And this is Joni. Along with fall comes a reminder that cold weather is on the way. Now is the time to call Kohler's for that fall fill-up. We guarantee your price for 1 full year, offer free tank installation with keep full and budget plans available. For information, call us toll-free 800-572-2191 or visit our website, getkohlers.com.
For more information, call 1-800-572-2191. Kohler Propane in Brown City, Memphis, and Bad Axe. And remember,
nobody gives you gas like Kohler's.
Are you sick and tired of the headaches that come with the big mobile carriers? Not in our neck of the woods. At Thumb Cellular, we keep things simple and local. With friendly, local customer care, you'll always talk to a neighbor, not a robot. Our no-hassle plans are easy to understand, and we have phones for every budget. Plus, you'll always enjoy amazing coverage and crystal clear call quality right here in the Thumb. And right now at Thumb Cellular, we're making it even better. Double your trade-in value with the purchase of a new device, or get a free smartphone when you activate a new line or upgrade. But hurry, these great deals will only be around for a limited time. So don't let those big mobile carriers give you a headache. Get the service you deserve right here in your hometown. Visit your local Thumb Cellular office in Bad Axe, Caro, Pigeon, or Sandusky today. Terms and conditions apply. Offers valid through 12/31/25. Thumb Cellular, your local and headache-free talk of the Thumb.
Can't wait to communicate with you on the talk of the Thumb. Thumb Cellular.
Welcome back to Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online at SaniLacBroadcasting.com. Our final Thumb Sportsline for the high school fall sports season. A little sad about it, kind of. Yeah, I am, you know.
We're sad, but we've got hockey tomorrow night, Eddie.
You do, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So,
everything's going to be all right.
11-player football. We have in another 11-player team that's in our Thumb Sports Writers coverage area, the Millington Cardinals. They went up against Clinton in Division 7, and it was Clinton winning 20-18. This one's got to hurt. Clinton leading 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. No one scores in the second quarter, so that's what it was at the half. 6 more points scored in the third quarter for Clinton, but 18 by Millington. And at that point, it was 18-14. You got to feel good. You're leading by 4 with that 4-point lead. But then come the fourth quarter, Clinton scores 6 points, and they take it by 2. Millington could not get into the end zone or even tried to get a field goal at least to win this one by 1. that we're all wondering about. Clinton in the first quarter, Clifford Jones, a 4-yard pass from Graydon Whelan to make it 6-0. And then a 2-point conversion good. Bryce Randolph, a 3-yard pass from Graydon Whelan. Second quarter, like I said, nobody scores. Millington gets back-to-back scores. Garrett Woodward, a 34-yard TD rush, making it 8-6. Drake Terwilliger, a 1-yard TD rush, 12-8. Graydon Whelan, a 30-yard TD rush, making it 14-12. Millington scoring their third touchdown of the third quarter. Layden DeLong, 11-yard TD, making it 14-18. You're feeling good right there, but Clinton gets into the end zone in the fourth quarter. Tanner Bolton, a 4-yard TD pass from Graydon Whelan. Clinton making it 20-18. Millington had some time, but not much time there to try to get into the end zone, but it was not to be. For Clinton, 14 first downs, 31 rushes for 108 yards. They had 145 yards passing, 10 receptions. Millington, 37 carries, 173 yards, 7 receptions for 79 yards. 7 of 18 attempts there. No turnovers in this game.
Oh, wow.
For at least fumbles for either team fumble-wise. I do believe there was an interception by Clinton against Millington, I think.
Okay.
I think. I have to really study this well here. It says TDINT, so I think Clinton is the one that threw the interception. So Millington, had that takeaway. Probably what led to those third quarter scores.
Right.
Heartbreak here for Millington, though. Ugh.
Yeah, and Clinton kind of snuck up on us.
Yeah.
Because we saw they played Ubley week 9, I think, and it wasn't too close of a game. I think it was 48-22.
Mm-hmm.
But Ubley put up 22 points against Clinton. But then Clinton comes into the postseason, and they beat Ottawa Lake Whiteford.
Ooh.
They beat Monroe St. Mary Catholic,
Okay.
and then they beat Millington, the defending state champions.
That's a who's who list there, playoff teams.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing some great football right at the end of the season when it matters the most. And when you think about Millington, it's kind of a similar situation to North Branch, where obviously you wanted to go back to the state finals. That's the goal. That's the dream. But they lost a lot of talented players off of this team.
Yes.
And they still had a fantastic season.
Still, yeah.
And, obviously the Cass City loss, that's one they'd probably rather have back.
Yeah.
Losing that one by a field goal.
Yeah.
But you picked up 2 postseason wins.
Yeah.
You beat Burton Bendel 49-0, and you beat Lutheran Northwest 49-0.
Those are great wins, yeah.
I mean, another great season for Millington. I think it just says a lot about how the standard has been raised at Millington recently. I mean, they've always been a great program. They've made the playoffs however many years. They've had winning seasons for however many years. But a little bit of a disappointing loss just because the expectations are a little bit higher now.
So nobody went over 100 yards rushing. Garrett Woodward had 8 rushes. He's the quarterback, 68 yards and a TD on the ground. Logan Myers, 10 carries, 40 yards. Hudson Myers, 7 carries, 35 yards. Drake Terwilliger limited to 24 yards and 9 carries with 1 TD. And Layden DeLong, 3 carries, 6 rushing yards for TD in this loss to Clinton. That is Division 7. Taking a look at Division 7 and the playoff bracket. Now moving on to the state semifinals. You have Clinton going up against Schoolcraft, who was 10-2 as well. And then you have Menominee 12-0 against Pewamo Westphalia, the who's who of at least in high school football, teams that our teams in this area have gone up against.
Yeah.
So
well, you got that pulled up, Eddie. Could you check and see who won the Ogama Heights Swan Valley game? I know we were kind of keeping an eye on that one just because they were both
for what division?
I believe it would be 6, maybe
Division 6. Let's just see. I don't see them on there.
No, it's Division 5. Sorry.
Division 5. Ogama Heights beat Saginaw Swan Valley, so now Ogama Heights 11-1 overall is taking on Grand Rapids West Catholic, familiar team. Both teams 11-1, and Ogama Heights is a team that beat Croswell.
Yes, and Swan Valley was as well.
So. Pontiac Notre Dame Prep still playing.
Yeah, they knocked off Frankenmuth, and they beat them pretty handedly.
Yeah, they're going up against Monroe Jefferson.
One other one, since we're just talking about out of area.
Yeah.
Divine Child knocking off Harper Woods. How crazy was that?
Yeah.
Eddie? That was fantastic. I don't think anybody was giving Divine Child a chance. Harper Woods had the most playoff points in the entire state based off of their schedule. They played everybody. But yeah, shout out to Divine Child.
All right, so Millington Cardinals and our Big Thumb Conference, they will remain in the Big Thumb Conference come next season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Any changes, since we're on this topic, of the Big Thumb Conference, of teams, or even the BWAC Conference? From what I understand, I heard that Algonac is...
Well, Algonac is out of the BWAC. I don't know where the BWAC goes from there, but I don't think we talked about this on the show last week.
Not too much. We alluded to it.
Well, I wanted to mention Bay City Academy announcing that they'll be having an 8-player football team next year.
Okay.
So they'll be playing in the Big Thumb Conference, I think.
Okay.
And did you happen to see who the new head coach is? Not new. I mean, first head coach. This is the first, because Bay City Academy co-ops with Bay City All Saints.
Right.
So now they're separating. They have Bay City Academy is going to have their own 8-player team, and it'll be a familiar face at the helm, Eddie.
Okay.
Rob McDaniel.
Okay, former
Peck
Pirates. State champion for the Peck Pirates.
State champion, yep.
So he makes his way there,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, if you're a program just starting out, I mean, that's a guy that knows 8-player football. I mean, that's a good way to get your feet on the ground and, start building that program up. But they'll be in the Big Thumb. We've talked about Marlette going to 8-player. It'll probably look a little bit different, but not too different.
Yeah. So back to that Dearborn Divine Child. It was 10-6. That's
10-6. Yeah.
Yeah. And Dearborn Divine Child takes on Goodrich.
Okay.
Ooh.
Man.
That's Division 4. So yeah. That's what you call a football high school sports junkie right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was curious about those other teams.
Well, obviously the connection with Divine Child is Drew Sheridan, lefty.
Yep.
Yep. And Harper Woods, a team that Croslex played in the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yep.
Almost beat them.
Yep.
And then Harper Woods went on to win a state title.
Well, Goodrich is a familiar team in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, Millington, good luck to them come next season. They're still in the Big Thumb Conference. I like them. It makes the Big Thumb Conference that much healthy.
Yeah.
Preparing the teams that are still in the playoffs right now. So,
absolutely.
All right, it is Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM. When we come back, talk about the Kingston Cardinals and still our wrap-up on the Deckerville Eagles here on WMIC. We'll be right back.
Your source for local news. Up-to-the-minute weather, this is AM 660, WMIC Sandusky, and 95.3 FM, W237EQ, Sandusky.
Tri-County Equipment invites you to wrap up John Deere this Christmas. Give genuine John Deere gifts. Tri-County has everything from expertly crafted toys and collectibles to apparel from head to toe. Gifts range from a John Deere clock for just $24.99 to an inflatable gator for $129.95. The kids will love the Monster Treads value set, now $39.49. And the foot-to-floor tractor is $38.99. Tri-County Equipment has stocking stuffers like the John Deere Match Game for $11.99. And the Giant Floor Puzzle is just $17.99. Get 10% off all John Deere toys, home goods, and clothing during Tri-County Equipment's Black Friday sale, Friday and Saturday, November 28th and 29th at Tri-County Equipment in Sandusky, Marlette, Carroll, Bad Axe, Lapeer, Burton, Fenton, Birch Run, Saginaw, Reese, and Auburn Hills.
Welcome back to Thumb Sportsline, the final one of the high school fall sports season. I am Eddie Fury. That's Mike Gallagher, the Sanilac County News. Now into 8-player football. We will go and talk about the Kingston Cardinals. Disappointing end to this. They were in this game.
Mm-hmm.
but I guess, the team was a little bit too much for them. They did go up against a very good Martin team.
Martin, one of the best 8-player programs in the state.
Yeah. The final score in that one, and this was Division I, it was 20-8. Martin gets the win over Kingston. Blanchard Montebello defeating Norway in a close one, 32-28. It'll be Martin taking on Blanchard Montebello at the Northern Michigan University Superior Dome in Marquette, and that's happening this Saturday, 11 a.m.
We're a little bit sad that this is the last episode of Sportsline for the fall.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sad that we're not going up to Marquette this year again.
I know.
That was a lot of fun last year. You, me, and Ben Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had ourselves quite a time.
And I would have been more than happy to go back into UP because I just got back from the UP.
Yeah.
A week ago.
Yeah.
After a couple weeks ago, actually, when I went up for the 50th anniversary of the Emmett Fitzgerald commemoration, which was fun. So, so Martin wins over Kingston 20-8. According to Eric Hartzell, who did a pretty good job there managing the team. He had a lot of great talent coming back, and I think they pretty much exceeded expectations here.
In terms of a first-year head coach, I don't think you could expect anything better. Co-conference champion. You win a couple playoff games. You're in the semifinals. I mean, he set the bar pretty high for himself.
And you got to send roses to K-Pac for helping you earn a share of the Big Thumb Blue Division title.
And then you go ahead and take them out yourself.
So, yeah.
It's cold. That's cold-blooded.
Yes, very, yeah. Thanks for the flowers, but okay. And the chocolates. Here's a beating.
Yeah.
Congrats to K-Pac also. They were like the monster killers. It was the scariest team coming into the playoffs, too, before, they went down against Kingston. But Kingston losing to Martin, it was 8-0 that Kingston was up. 7-yard TD from Nick Rail, 2-point conversion from Nick Cummings. Coming out of that half, though, Eric Hartzell, the head coach, says that the offense began to stall. I think it was Martin just finding a way to stop him.
They're a great defensive program.
Yeah.
Still, when we saw Martin play Brown City a few years ago in the semifinals, that's still probably the best eight-player defense I've ever seen. I know that's a couple years ago now, but I can't imagine that they've trailed off from that very far.
And he's saying that the Kingston defense held strong, only giving up 2 big plays, but that would cost him in the end 20-8, that close of a game.
Yeah.
Team stats, 39 carries for Kingston, 174 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, and that 1 2-point conversion. They scored first, passing just 1 of 6 for 17 yards. Tanner James, 12 carries, 56 yards. Nick Cummings, 16 carries, 75 yards, and a 2-point conversion. 6 carries, 22 yards, and a touchdown for Nick Rail. Colin Corliss, 5 carries, 21 yards, 1 reception, 17 yards. Now, Nick Cummings had to come in as quarterback because Tanner James went out with injury.
Yeah, and we don't like to speculate about injuries on this show, but we're really hoping for the best for him. He's a great kid, and it's a terrible way to have your season come to an end with an injury. And I think he was the engine that made that Kingston offense go, and I think that's what you saw at the end of the game there. That's a tough position for. You said Cummings came in at quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean that's hard to do in a big situation like that. So we're just hoping the best for him, and hopefully he'll be back for a basketball season.
You'll see a full report in the Tuscola County Advertiser edition tomorrow, Wednesday edition. I have the online edition, so I'm curious because Scott Bowlesby was at this game.
Yes, he was.
Covering this game, so be in the Tuscola County Advertiser.
He didn't have to cover it for the radio either, so it's going to be an in-depth, really great story because, when he's able to focus on just covering a game for the paper instead of doing the dual coverage, obviously he's a great sports writer and everything, so, I'm looking forward to reading that as well.
So Martin is... back at us. They did win the state title.
Onion Kings.
Yes, I had it wrong online. I said Potato Kings, but it's the Onion Kings when I realized.
Kings,
congrats to them. They were great, great people to deal with.
Yeah. It was a terrible drive. I mean, it was, but I'm glad we went. It was fun.
Yeah.
And it was good people there. Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck to them. The Clippers, they're known as, but the history is there as the Onion Kings. So. This will be up in Marquette. I'm sure they have no problem driving up there.
Not when there's a state championship on the line. Yeah, we'll drive anywhere for that.
Now for Kingston, they got a lot graduating here, but they still have enough coming back here too.
Well, and, this is a program, and we say this about all the great programs around here. They don't rebuild, they reload.
Yeah.
And you've got Eric Hartzell there now. Every time we talk to him, he was talking about how great of a staff he has around him. And, as long as he keeps that staff together and, brings up some, new players and puts them in new roles. But, yeah, they were pretty senior heavy this year. But I expect them to be competing for titles again next year.
Yeah, we got some sophomores and juniors on this team. May not get as many carries as all these seniors, who was Nick Cummings, Tanner James, the quarterback, Colin Corliss, a senior, Nick Rayo, senior.
Peyton Harrington, a senior.
Yeah, so you lose a lot. But, you have some juniors and sophomores in this team here. So it's kind of curious. So now this would kind of be a true identity for Eric Hartzell when it comes into the second season here to take over the Kingston Cardinals. So, congrats on Kingston. Great years of winning programs there. Nothing to feel down about other than the fact, you lost in a state semifinal game. You made it there. So probably likely lost to, I don't know. We'll see who wins the state title. It's a tough one.
I'm going to be the biased guy here. I think that Kingston Martin, that was your state championship game.
Oh.
I think Deckerville, Portland, St. Patrick, that was your state championship game.
Okay.
But that's just me being biased and being the Sanilac County Slappy.
All right. Kingston Cardinals, congrats. We thank Eric Hartzell and the Kingston program. We can't forget about Kingston.
No, we won't ever forget about Kingston.
I never did. I don't know where this comes from.
Well, you did forget about Kingston.
I did not.
You said you did.
I did. Okay.
Well,
I'm glad it was bulletin board material.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And I'm proud to be my voice coming out of the speaker there on the football field.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I appreciate that. So, all right. As we continue on here on Thumb Sportsline, one more team to talk about, our immediate coverage area team, the Deckerville Eagles. We'll be right back here on WMIC 95.3 and streaming online at SaniLacBroadcasting.com. Liberty Lanes and Sandusky salutes the area athletes for their accomplishments and academic achievements. On your way to or from the game, come on into Liberty Lanes for a pizza or one of the many tasty entrees on the menu. Enjoy the Friday fish specials and come back for the Sunday brunch. Liberty Lanes also has banquet facilities available. For information or to place an order to go, call 810-648-9860. That's 810-648-9860. Liberty Lanes, your family dining and bowling center in West Park, Sandusky. Serving you for more than 40 years. You can find Liberty Lanes on Facebook.
From Graf Chevrolet of Sandusky, here's Body Shop Associate Tina Kirk.
If you stumble onto an unfortunate fender bender or deer encounter, the Graf Body Shop is the place to get your work done. We work with most makes and models and have access to all parts necessary to get the job done. To arrange an estimate, call the Graf Body Shop at 810-648-9850. Stop by Graf on M46 in Sandusky for all of your automotive needs.
Be very, very quiet.
Why? If you want a bag great deal, hurry to Graf Chevrolet in Sandusky. You can track down deals on a new Chevrolet or a Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicle for any budget.
Drive off a Chevy Silverado Crew Cab for just $185 a month or a Chevy Equinox for $268 a month.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
Your hunt is over for service or body shop. Our trained technicians work on all makes and models. If you want to bag a great deal, hurry to Graf Chevrolet on M46 in Sandusky.
Welcome back here on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online, SaniLacBroadcasting.com. I'm Eddie Fury. That's Mike Gallagher of the Sanilac County News Sports Reporter. Pick up his edition tomorrow, Wednesday, and pick it up anytime. He'll have great coverage for the rest of the fall sports into the winter here soon. We're going to take a break. This is the final fall season of Thumb Sportsline. We'll be back in 2026.
We'll be back in December.
I'm going to Florida, dude.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. We'll be back in 2026.
All right. So We'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Okay.
But we will definitely be back after the new year for 2026 for sure.
Okay.
Because by then, you'll be a few games into the high school boys and girls basketball season, and hockey season's already started. So technically, it's a fall-winter sport.
Yes.
So, all right. Our final team to talk about, our immediate coverage area team. This was live on 92.5 WBGV. The Deckerville Eagles went up against Portland St. Patrick at Mount Pleasant High School, and it was Portland St. Patrick winning this one 36-15, the final score. It just was not to be, but Portland St. Patrick, after studying this team, I watched a few games online on Friday too, and I was like, this team looks good. They look for real. Yeah. They're a running team. They did have enough balance of passing if they had to, but they had good size, good strength, and they were fast.
That's the key, Eddie, because we've seen, and we've talked about this for the past couple of weeks with Deckerville, where against Morris, against Britton Deerfield, they were undersized. They were undersized against Portland St. Patrick as well.
Yep.
But Portland St. Patrick also had speed all over the field, and that created a lot of problems for Deckerville.
So, in this game, you can check our Twitter for the recap as well. Doing that and doing the game at the same time is kind of tough, but I was able to get it done thanks to Jeremy Burgess, my play-by-play partner. In the first quarter, it was Portland St. Patrick leading 7-0, and it was a big play in this game.
Yeah.
A 70-yard run for Brady.
No.
I might have it here. I think I'll have it on here. Brady Leonard. There we go.
Okay, there you go.
He had a 70-yard run, making it 7-0 in the first quarter. Actually, it was Jared Shire. There we go.
Okay.
Let me do that over again. In the first quarter, the first score was by Portland St. Patrick, making it 7-0, and it was the lead there as Jared Shire had a 70-yard TD run. The PAT kick was good by big man, number 79.
I was just going to say,
Brody Beckhold.
I knew you were going to love that because the center for Portland St. Patrick was also the kicker, and he was a good kicker.
That was at the 5:38 mark, 7-0. Jared Shire, the quarterback, 70-yard TD run, and the PAT kick was good. Then Brady Leonard, there he is, 1-yard TD run. The PAT kick good, again by number 79, Brody Beckhold. That's a 14-0 lead in the second quarter, 10:43 mark for Portland St. Patrick. And then Portland St. Patrick again in the first half, second quarter, 6:09 to go. Brady Leonard, this is a big one, 78-yard TD run, and the PAT kick was no good.
Right.
Play was set up by an interception by Mason Simon at the 6:46 mark. This is where I think they traded interceptions between Deckerville.
They did, yeah.
They got an interception, got the ball back, but then there was an interception thrown.
Kubaki got one.
Yeah, Mason Simon got it at the 6:46 mark, and they were able to score off that turnover. Brady Leonard with that 78-yard TD run. Big play for Portland St. Patrick. They lead 20-0, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Deckerville had a chance with to get into the end zone. Tried to do it on 4th down and 3. Could not get it done. They were within.
That was huge. Yeah.
That was a big. Had you score in that game, it's 20 maybe to 7 or 20-8 at the half. Instead, it was 20-0 at the half. Deckerville coming in, got the kickoff. They were able to score in the third quarter. 11 minutes to go. Number 33, Cooper Brown with a 48-yard TD pass to number 8, Jesse Kaboski. PAT kick was good by Mark Donker, making it 27. And think about that. Before the end of the half, they had a chance to get into the end zone.
Yep.
It would be 20-14. Might be a different look. Maybe make Portland St. Patrick think a little bit different how to defend this. But it wasn't to be because not even 5 minutes later, Portland St. Patrick gets another touchdown, a 4-yarder by number 9, Brady Leonard, who was the leading rusher in this game throughout the whole season for Portland St. Patrick. Yeah, 2-point run by quarterback number 3, Jared Shire, making it 28-7 in the third quarter, 6:37 to go. At the end of the third quarter, it's 28-7. Portland St. Patrick still leading Deckerville. Then they extended their lead 36-7 in the fourth quarter at just 5:42 to go. So I want to point out that they had this other running back that we kind of glossed over, but he got these 3-yard chunk yardage. The little running back.
The little running back.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure what his name was, but he was basically a shorter Brandon Solowitz. I thought. Yeah. I mean, he was stout. He was tough. He was hard to bring down. And late in the game, and we've seen Deckerville do this to teams where they'll just chew up the clock and they'll just run the game out. And it was kind of hard being on the other side of that, watching Portland St. Patrick do that to Deckerville. But they were a good team. That was a good running back. I guess he was more of the fullback, but
yeah. That was, I believe, Pline. Yeah, he had 379 yards rushing for the season. He comes into junior. Yeah.
Wow.
He's a junior. He comes into the game. Caleb Pline was his name.
Okay.
And he got those 3-yard chunks and just kept the drive alive,
Yeah.
Made it a little bit easier for the rest of the running backs. They spread the ball well, but they're really leaning on him. He had the most carries in this game, too.
I believe it, yeah.
So, great game plan, because I don't think Deckerville was really expecting that at that point. So anyways, at that point, 36-7, Hudson King gets the final touchdown for Portland St. Patrick with 5:42 to go. He got the option toss, 1-yard TD run, 2-point pass to number 12, Charlie Thielen via quarterback Shire. And it's about 5:42 left in the fourth quarter, where Deckerville finally got on the board again, but it was just 38.8 seconds to go. Parker Perez.
That was a beautiful drive by Parker Perez. He had 8 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
So it was 36-15. By then, the game pretty much over.
The backups were in. Yes.
Yeah, 2-yard TD, and he got the 2-point run. Final score 36-15. Portland St. Patrick moves on to the Division II state championship game.
Eddie, I think the toughest, the biggest takeaway from this game was Deckerville was put in a situation where they were forced to throw the ball. And, you have Cooper Brown in it as a freshman quarterback, and, they've been protecting him in the sense that they run the ball behind him, and they don't need him to do a whole ton offensively. He has the ability. He finished the game 9 of 18 for 149 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He has that ability, but it was more of a situation where Deckerville had to pass because you're down 14-0, you're down 20-0, and you kind of had to get away from what you wanted to do. But I just want to say, Cooper Brown, man, on the sideline, he's a great kid. He's been on that sideline for, since he was a baby pretty much. And, he's very hard on himself. He's very, very critical of himself. But I don't think there's another kid that could have come in and did what he did for this Deckerville team. First of all, to go on the road and beat Lincoln Alcona, okay, that's a pretty nice job. But you were playing in the state semifinal as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
You led the team to a win over Morris. You led the team to a win over Britton Deerfield. I don't want to get too dramatic or anything, but I think we saw the beginning of what is going to be a fantastic Deckerville football career for Cooper Brown. He played it. He did his best against Portland St. Patrick. Even the interception could have gone either way. It was kind of a jump ball, and Portland St. Patrick just came down with it. But Brandon Solowitz, 17 carries, 71 yards. Jesse Kubacki, humongous game, 6 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown. Solowitz had 18 tackles. Kubacki had 17 tackles. Logan Shanks had 11 tackles. This Deckerville team, they lost so much off of last year's state championship team. And to be one game away from going back to the state championship, you never want to doubt Deckerville. But I think a lot of people were, you lose Hunter Garza, the best player. He was the Michigan 8-player player of the year for the state.
Yeah.
Preston Holman, defensive player of the year in the Thumb. I mean, you lost so much from that team. Parker Merriman, Logan Martin, and these guys, I think, absolutely exceeded expectations this season.
Okay, so not to take anything away from Portland St. Patrick, great game. They only attempted one pass, and it was incomplete.
Well, Kubacki had an interception, so that was that the only?
That was a pass, I do believe.
Their only pass was an interception?
According to their stat report here, they had an interception. Now, that's fine. They had 57 carries, 365 yards rushing, and they had 5 TDs on the ground against Deckerville total. So, it was all ground and pound on this game. Brandon Solowitz, my stats were right on the dot. According to my stats, 70 yards, 18 carries. I got that one right on the dot there. So Parker Perez actually had 70 yards in this game of 8 carries and a touchdown.
Well, and I think they were all on that final drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cooper Brown had a couple of rushes, too, for 7 yards and 2 carries. As you said, 9 of 18, 149 yards passing. You had to go to the air, had an interception, had a TD as well, and that went to Jesse Kaboski, who in this game, as you mentioned, over 100 yards, 107 yards. Now, I hate to bring it up. There was a drop pass that could have kept the drive alive.
Come on.
I was going to say, yeah, and he kicked, you could tell he was very upset because he took his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
He knows it was, he had a drop. He knew it right away, and that's where you just kind of looked up the field a little bit too early and dropped the ball. I've seen a lot of players do it, kick themselves about it. A great learning experience.
But he also opened up the second half with a big touchdown catch.
He did, yeah. So congrats to him. He's actually our Thurm Sports Writers Player of the Week for 8-player football.
Yeah, and it's been so fun watching him because last season we saw him come in late in the playoffs
to make big plays, touchdowns.
Big plays.
Yeah.
And now this year he was making plays offensively, defensively.
Yeah.
He really stepped up for this team this year. But I just want to shout out a couple of guys: Logan Shanks, Caden Franzel, Ian Flanagan. I believe those 3 have been with the varsity team for 3 to 4 years. If I'm missing somebody, I sincerely apologize. But 32-5 over the past 3 seasons, 3 regional championships, a state championship. I mean, it's been a hell of a run. And on the flip side of that, Eddie, there was 2 sophomores playing in the defensive backfield.
Yep.
With Braylon McClellan and Danny Kenny.
Yeah, he really came up strong in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Cooper Brown at quarterback. You got a freshman there. And Eddie, did you notice who was the starting tight end for that game? Sophomore Keegan Kubik.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, he showed up here in the stats.
He had a big
here.
catch, and he had some great blocks.
Yep.
So I mean, this is a situation where if Deckerville takes this loss to heart, gets in the weight room, and really comes back next season. I mean, Cooper Brown's only going to get better.
Yep.
He's a freshman. Those sophomores are only going to get better.
Brandon Salowitz comes back.
Salowitz. You got the best player in the thumb, the best linebacker in the state. That I think that's they're going to have a pretty solid core coming back next year.
All right, looks good. And not to take, again, anything away from the Shamrocks, Brady Leonard, the leading rusher, 18 carries, 172 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jared Shire, the quarterback, 10 carries, 114 yards. The bulk of that coming on big touchdowns, 70-yard-plus runs. He had a touchdown in this game. Caleb Klein, the unsung hero who kept those drives alive, 20 carries, 72 yards. Hudson King, 7 carries, 5 yards, but one of them was a touchdown. That was the option toss for Portland St. Patrick. Yeah. They go up against Felch North Dickinson at the Superior Dome. Both teams undefeated. That will be the Saturday afternoon game in Division II, 8-player football state championship game. Felch North Dickinson beat Onekama 44-28. It was a touchdown closer to that in the fourth quarter where Onekama had a chance, but Felch North Dickinson able to score a touchdown and just hang on and keep that lead and get the win as they go up against Portland St. Patrick. I think the fans were pretty cool down there. I think Willie was the team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was a competitive game, but nothing too dicey out there at all from both teams. So congrats to them. All right, that is Deckerville. Great season. I see bright future come next season. So.
Well, speaking of bright futures, Eddie, I knew this last episode was going to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
And I put together a couple questions for you since we're doing season wrap-ups.
Okay.
First of all, of the games you covered this year, what was the best game?
The best game?
The best game you covered that you witnessed firsthand.
Well, I think they came in 8-player football.
Yeah.
Kingston versus Brown City, K-Peck against Deckerville.
Oh, you were at K-Pac Deckerville.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured you were gonna go with Brown City K-Pac.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 all 8-player football games. Yeah.
Mine was gonna be Deckerville Kingston, and
okay, you were at that game,
right? And these were 2 semifinal teams.
Yeah.
And 2 of the best defenses in the state just going at it.
Yeah.
What team are you looking forward to the most for next season? Which team has the brightest future heading into next season?
Oh, what, 8-player or 11-player?
Sanilac County. What team are you most excited about for their future? And you could go a lot of different ways with this one. And, there's no wrong answer, no right answer.
Well, Deckerville, because this is a whole new identity now, almost.
Yeah.
Because, you get Salowitz back, but now Cooper Brown likely going to be the starting quarterback.
And they're likely going to air it out a little bit more, yeah.
I mean, he's got the arm. And he's still young.
Right.
Getting better, game by game.
I think
Marlette coming into A-player football.
That's where I was going to go with mine. I think the future's bright for Marlette.
Yeah.
Now, if they are in the blue division, it's going to be tough right off the bat. Bad Axe learned that.
Okay, and now for 11-player football, at least in Sanilac County, Sandusky's got to make a jump here. I mean...
Well, I think they will. I think Palmer will have another season under his belt.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Tovar, he emerged as a fantastic receiver. First team all-conference as a sophomore. Jack Betts will have another year at quarterback. They just got to stay healthy. Stay healthy because that's a brutal schedule they go through.
Yeah.
Looking at Croslex, same thing. Jax Johnson's coming back. But they got a tough schedule.
Yeah, they do. I mean, listen to the playoff teams in the BWAC. It was Almont still in it, state semifinal. You had Richmond in it. Mm-hmm. You had Armada in it as well. You had Yale.
Yep.
So it's a very competitive Blue Water Area Conference.
Yep.
And it's going to continue to be that way. I mean, I like it. I like it that way, So
the final one, the darlings of Sportsline, the CPS Tigers. I mean, how can you not be excited about the future?
And I think for me personally, I was happy to get them in. Disappointing they lost to Memphis, another winless team.
But you got eyes on Memphis, too. That was probably good.
And I was just happy to get CPS in. I like the fact that I was able to get at least every Sanilac County team in my coverage area in at least once.
Right.
And I think that's probably, even though they didn't win, something to be proud of to get at least all these Sanilac County. In the past, I don't think that would have happened here with other folks, but I made sure we got all our teams in. So
okay, so next question.
Yep.
Best performance that you saw this season from a player.
From a player?
Yep.
Well, even though he's not in Sanilac County, Sam Schneider impressed me.
I was going to say that's a fair answer.
From K-Pac.
That's a fair answer. He was one of the best running backs that we saw this year.
And the other one, Brandon Salowitz, by far.
I was just going to say, I feel like maybe it's recency bias, but I went back through the games that I covered, and I was just, but against Brown City, Brandon Salowitz, 37 carries, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was a humongous game. So that's mine. In the same vein, who were a couple of your favorite players to watch this season?
Favorite players to watch. I didn't get to see them too much. A couple games here because Jeremy Burgess, we split.
Yep.
Harbor Beach, Caden Buchholz, and Jax Johnson. Yeah, Jax Johnston from from Croswell, Lexington. Young quarterback. He's going to get better. And
well, and when that deep ball is on,
I voted him as my player of the year because I just amazed by his stats, despite the losing record.
Right.
The record would have been worse without him. So,
kind of in a similar note, I'm going Shane Slanik.
Yes.
And Thomas West.
He doesn't get those 1,000 yards without a quarterback throwing it to him.
Right. Right. But with Slanik,
he made himself open.
People knew where the ball was going, and they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Thomas West, same thing. I must have seen him haul in 5-6 one-handed catches this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of them. Brandon Salowitz, he was fun to watch on offense, but I love watching him on defense.
Yeah.
Last one I'll give you, Eddie.
Okay.
Because I know we're getting a little late here, but who is a senior that you are going to miss the most to watch?
Well,
I have the right answer to this one.
You do?
Yeah.
Slanik.
Well, okay, Slanik. I mean, that's good too.
Well, for 8-player football, I think it's going to be Lawson Cooper.
There you go. That's
for
what
Brown
I was
City
thinking.
Green Devils
because he's just been there for so long, and he was so good that we kind of took it for granted a little bit. How good he was.
Yeah. And when he went down with injury in the first half,
how much that affected
the game for K-Pac to beat Brown City.
Yeah, yeah.
And to win that playoff game. So,
right. Lawson Cooper, he was it's fun because we watched him for all 4 years, and we watched him get better and better and better. Now, I'm sure we missed out on a few players, a few teams, whatever, but this is just a little something fun I wanted to do on the fly here at the end. But
all right, so
I'm mostly just stalling so that we don't have to wrap up the last episode of Sportsline.
Well, we're going to have to. So
okay.
We would not be able to get the show done without the coaches, the assistant coaches, and those who send us the stat reports, and from you, Mike Gallagher, collecting all the info come Monday and come here on Tuesday, late night to do these shows.
Well,
also to the Thumb Sports Writers Media Association, Paul Adams to the Huron County View, to Clark Ramsey at WOW Sports, Scott Bowlesby, who is a frequent participant here on Thumb Sportsline for the Tuscola County Advertiser and WIDL Sports 92.1, Jason Parmenter from Quad and Pro as well, Tom Green for the Huron Daily Tribune, Ben Miller, who made the picks with him, and I'm proud that I beat Ben Miller, so that's saying something. And you, too, in our picks contest. To Jeremy Burgess, to Scott Shevnak, also to Sean Cantwell helping out for the game coverage as well. Who else from the TSA am I missing? Oh, the Let's Talk Sports crew, Ashley Winter-Palmer as well. It's Christian Salick, and also Chris Wilcox helping out. All the athletic directors were welcoming. Thank you all.
I really want to thank the coaches that called into the show. There's been a lot. There's not a lot of planning when it comes to this show. There's a lot of times where I'll just shoot a text out to a coach. And
for coming in or doing interviews with us.
To come on and do interviews with us. And I think that was a really fun part of the show. Obviously when we talked to Bill Brown or Aaron Cooper or but Mark Beamish. He was a fun interview.
He was
Eric
great.
Hartzell. It was. I mean, I really appreciate the coaches taking the time to be a part of this with us.
Anybody else in the TSA am I missing? Oh, Jonathan Bisher. He did a game with us on Sanilac Broadcasting. Came back from Wisconsin.
He did a game with Scotty, too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I want to thank him. And
we love you, JB.
Yeah. Anybody else I'm missing in the TSA? I think I got them all.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
There's probably too many of us.
So later on, before I leave for Florida for a break, a vacation break, I will be talking to Paul Adams about the Hall of Fame ceremony taking place in January. That is coming up at Ubly Heights.
Yeah.
That has already been released on the info on that as well.
And Eddie, I want to get with you. We did this last year when I came in and promoted the Peck Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That was a lot of that was done by James Welsh.
Yeah, who we talked about last week. And passed away suddenly. And
we did have a meeting this past Sunday. We are going to go forward with the Hall of Fame ceremony this year, and I'll be on later to promote that and try and get people out and
All right. So that wraps up Thumb Sportsline for the high school fall sports season. Good luck to Almont Raiders and the Harbor Beach Pirates in the TSA. That's the Thumb Sports Writers Association's coverage area teams as well. Ubly will know by right now how they did tonight in the quarterfinals at Mott Community College in high school girls volleyball. When we come back, we'll be a few games into the high school boys and girls basketball season, and there'll be plenty of games played by then also by the Thumb Area Legion. Go watch them this week at the Colleen Howe Arena. That's at the Sanilac County Forage Fairgrounds for high school hockey. Our Thumb Area Legion, check them out and support them as well. Thank you, Mike Gallagher.
Eddie, thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and again, shout out to Jeremy Burgess, Scott Shevnak, Sean Cantwell as well, Jonathan Bisher, and Libby Tank.
Yeah, Libby Tank, Doug Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, Libby the student intern, and she'll be doing some games with me during the basketball season.
Fantastic.
On top of that, playing basketball in her senior year for the Deckerville Eagles.
Going for her 1,000th point.
Good luck to her. Yeah. I won't put the pressure on her, so yeah.
You're like a proud dad.
Like a proud
that's
teacher.
Your intern.
Proud teacher, yeah. So, and the Sanilac Broadcasting staff here. Fantastic job, Erica, our news director. You have Nick Lean here, the sales staff, and operations manager. Every crazy technical question I would ask, or any crazy program I want to try to start, said, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Bob Armstrong, Michelle, and Pam as well for the staff here at Sanilac Broadcasting. So shout out to everybody for supporting us here on Thumb Sportsline. Thank you, Mike Gallagher.
Thank you, Eddie Fury.
Thank you for tuning in to the high school fall sports season of Thumb Sportsline. We'll be back in the winter season of 2026, or maybe earlier, here on WMIC 95.